What's going on, guys? My name's Theoatrix, and today I'm showing how to AFK every skill in 2025. I'm going in alphabetical order, starting with agility. And the most AFK and also one of the slowest agility methods is player-owned house agility. This is where you auto-retaliate to a Tsar Ranger, and it pulls you through a range of floor traps. This gives 1k to 10k agility XP per hour, ranging from level 1 to 99. That's pretty slow, but it is the most AFK agility method out there, with AFK intervals lasting from 1 minute to 5 minutes at a time. Another AFK agility method is one that I wouldn't really recommend, and that is pedaling at the blast furnace. This gives 6k XP per hour and lets you AFK for a couple of minutes, but then you need to restore your run energy since it drains. Now, an agility method that isn't really AFK but is very low effort is using the detached camera RuneLite plugin at the Brimhaven Agility Arena. This allows you to get up to 30k XP per hour, and by clicking on the same spot, you can leave your computer while holding a wireless mouse and you can keep training. And the final semi-AFK agility method is the new Advanced Wyrms course on Varlamore, where there are 2 obstacles that provide around 20 seconds of AFK time, while giving over 40k agility per hour. Next in alphabetical order is attack, and one of the most AFK training methods for combat is training at bandits. For these, you wear a Saradomin or Zamarok item, and they never stop attacking you, so you can stay attacking for 20 minutes at a time. The beauty of bandits is that you can log in and out freely, whereas places like the Nightmare Zone, you have to pay and you need to reset. Speaking of, the Nightmare Zone can be better XP per hour for a few extra clicks. There's a range of ways to AFK in the Nightmare Zone, including protection prayers, absorption potions, full guthans, or high defense armor. The AFK intervals range from 5 minutes to 20 minutes, since the monsters never stop attacking. Sulfur Naguas are probably the highest XP rate AFK method, where it's possible to get up to 170k XP per hour. Here, you can AFK for 10 minutes at a time before you need to reset the aggression, and that 10-minute timer is the same for most aggressive monsters, including training at crabs, which are an excellent low-level AFK method. There's also the new goading potions, where having a sip makes monsters aggressive for 6 minutes. This is excellent for AFK Slayer training. The next skill is construction, and this is the only skill on this list that's arguably not AFK at all. However, it is possible to AFK in the Nightmare Zone, and you fight monsters that drop long and curved bones. And with those, you can trade them in for construction XP in Dorgesh Khan. These are the best monsters to pick for it, and on average, you'll get a bone every 2 hours. So to reach 99 construction purely from this method, you need around 3,000 bones, which is going to take over 5,000 hours. The cooking skill is one that can be very AFK. For example, cooking a full inventory of any piece of food gives around 1 minute of AFK time, which is a great method to do while watching a show or studying. There's also the bake pie spell, which is the fastest AFK method for cooking, giving 49 seconds of AFK time with 490k XP per hour with summer pies. Crafting is another skill with a range of AFK aspects to it. Glass blowing is known for being AFK, where a full inventory of any glass item lets you AFK for 49 seconds. Crafting a full inventory of gold or silver jewelry also lets you AFK for 49 seconds. Crafting vambraces is another AFK option, again with a 49-second AFK time. And cutting gemstones is semi-AFK, with 32 seconds of AFK, and it's probably the best combination of fast XP with longish AFK times. The next skill is defense, and I actually just reached 200 million defense XP. For defense, you can train at the same methods I showed for attack, where there's bandits, nightmare zone, naguas, crabs, and goading potions. However, with defense, you can also train by chinning or bursting on defensive mode, which can both be semi-AFK depending on your gear. It's possible to get over 300k defense XP this way, but it does cost far more than the other methods. Now for farming, and this is another skill with very few AFK methods. But there is a method out there, and that is picking herbs within the chambers of Xeric. This gives around 30 seconds of AFK time depending on your farming level, and gives about 50k XP per hour. This method is not viable for most accounts, but it could be considered a decent method for Ultimate Iron Men. Next up is Firemaking. Jagex added Forester's Campfires, which allow you to AFK for 81 seconds at a time. There's also the Winter Todd, and particularly in solos or low player count games, it's possible to play pretty AFK, since the Winter Todd's attacks happen far less often. Fishing is next, and probably the best AFK fishing spot is fishing for cave eels in Dorgesh Khan, and this fishing spot never moves. This lets you AFK from 2 to 5 minutes at a time, with XP rates reaching up to 45k. Another spot that never moves is the one south of Privdinis, and here you catch trout or salmon. With that, you can get up to 55k fishing XP, with at least 1 minute of AFK time. Using the fish barrel from Temporos, you can AFK longer at some places, like at Karambwans. It lets you AFK for around 3 minutes at a time. The most AFK fletching methods are firstly cutting gems into bolt tips, which gives minimal XP but can be very profitable sometimes, and that lets you AFK for 81 seconds. Cutting a full inventory of logs into bows gives 49 seconds of AFK time, with up to 165k XP per hour with magic longbows. Next is Herblore, and there are 2 key ways to AFK Herblore. First is making tars, and with Irrit tars you can get up to 170k XP per hour. Or the other method is creating potions with stackable ingredients. These include stamina potions, anti-venoms, and ancient brews, and all of those give the same 49 seconds of AFK. And for hit points, the fastest AFK XP comes from chinning and bursting. With hit points, you could also use the fastest melee methods that I showed earlier. Next, there's Hunter, where some people would consider birdhouses to be AFK, but the best way to train your Hunter AFK is at Maniacal Monkeys. Here, you can AFK for 30 seconds to 2 minutes, depending on your level, and your XP rates go up to 110 per hour. Magic has a range of decent options. Firstly, splashing can get you over 70k XP per hour with the best spells, and those AFK intervals last 20 minutes. But I don't really recommend splashing because it's slow and expensive. So if you want to splash, wait until you get a Kraken task. Then you can attack Kraken while it's underwater for the full magic XP, as well as 20 minutes of AFK time. Casting the string jewelry spell is another decent AFK method, with 49 seconds of AFK. Or training magic is particularly AFK within the nightmare zone, where it's possible to use super magic potions, and you can AFK for 5 to 20 minutes. With mining, shooting stars are your most AFK option, and they're the most AFK skilling method in the game. There's 7 minutes of AFK time per star tier, although the XP rates of shooting stars are pretty slow. Calcified rocks are another decent mining method, where you can AFK for about 70 seconds per vein, while getting up to 50k mining as well as 10k prayer from the bone shards. There's also the upper floor of the Motherlode mine, which provides 20 to 40 seconds of AFK time. And there's also juke mining, which did get patched, but you can still mine for 5 minutes AFK. Next is prayer, and using an inventory of bones at a gilded altar lets you AFK for 49 seconds at a time. And if you were to do this at the chaos altar in the wilderness, it's about a minute and a half of AFK time. Reanimating ensouled heads can also be a decent AFK option with less than 30 seconds of AFK. Ranged is an AFK-able skill at a low level where you can fight swamp crabs, which have low range defense. These let you AFK for 10 minutes before needing to reset. With ranged, you could also AFK at places like bandits or the nightmare zone for 20-minute AFK intervals. And using the Venator bow in the nightmare zone or with Slayer is probably the best AFK ranged option. Everyone's favorite skill is next, and that is runecrafting. Probably the most well-known AFK method is Zaya Dense Essence runecrafting, where there are times where you can AFK for 1 minute or more, but there are also times that it's not very consistently AFK. So with runecrafting, if you want to AFK, I suggest trying out Dayalt Essence, and then using that essence at the Urania altar. When mining Dayalt, you can AFK for 60 seconds at a time. Then at the Urania altar, you can AFK for around 30 seconds. And at the Urania altar, it's possible to get over 100k runecrafting with Dayalt Essence. Next is Slayer, and Slayer can be AFK'd in 3 key ways. There's fighting aggressive monsters, where you can AFK for 10 minutes before you need to reset. You can fight with a cannon, where it's possible to AFK for 2 to 5 minutes depending on the task. Or you can use goading potions to keep monsters aggressive for 6 minutes. And further, you could use prayer regeneration potions to extend the time your prayer lasts for. Smithing can be a decently AFK skill, but to train it quickly, you need to click pretty often. Dart tips are a notable AFK method, where you get 81 seconds of AFK time per inventory. Cannonballs are probably the most AFK smithing method, with 2 minutes of AFK time, but they provide slow XP and fairly small profits. Smelting a full inventory of gold or silver ore at a furnace lets you AFK for 67 seconds. Strength is the next alphabetically, but for strength, the methods are the same as attack, which I showed at the start. Next is thieving, and stealing from houses in Varlamore lets you AFK for 60 seconds at a time. You can also steal house keys from distracted citizens for 24 seconds of AFK time. Overall, you can get up to 100k XP per hour in Varlamore. And the final skill is woodcutting, where it's possible to get around 5 minutes of AFK from redwoods. With magics, it's about 4 minutes, and use is about 2 minutes. Redwoods are easily the best AFK woodcutting method, with decent XP rates and long AFK times. Anyways, those were the AFK methods for every skill in 2025. If you missed something or want to revisit a skill, there are detailed timestamps in the description below. If you enjoyed this video, be sure to leave a like and subscribe to my second channel for more old school content. Thanks for watching.